Humans and other animals have a straightforward survival strategy. We find things and we eat them. Every bit of energy we use to move or grow comes from consuming something else. Plants, however, do not have that luxury. They are entirely self-sufficient. This presents a unique biological problem. To stay alive, plants still need to respire, to grow, and to reproduce. All of those actions require massive amounts of energy, yet plants lack mouths, stomachs, and any physical ability to eat. Their solution is a process called photosynthesis. If we break the word down, photo means light, and synthesis means to put something together. By putting elements together using light, plants literally manufacture their own food out of thin air. This ability to generate their own internal fuel is the foundational engine that makes plants the primary producers for the entire planet. To see how they actually pull this off, we have to look closely at a single leaf. It operates as a high-speed manufacturing hub, actively pulling in invisible raw materials from the surrounding world. The first raw material is carbon dioxide. CO2 from the air diffuses directly into the leaf through microscopic trapdoor-like pores on its surface, known as stomata. Meanwhile, the second raw material is being gathered underground. The plant's expansive root system acts like a sponge, continuously absorbing water directly from the soil. That water then has to travel upwards. It's pulled all the way up the stem and into the leaves through microscopic vertical pipes known as xylem vessels. With carbon dioxide from the air and water from the ground, the plant has successfully stockpiled the necessary raw chemicals on its factory floor. To actually make them react, it needs a catalyst. That spark comes from above. Sunlight is the ultimate energy source driving this entire operation. The leaf's physical shape is engineered specifically for this moment. They are broad, creating a massive surface area to catch as much sunlight as possible, while remaining incredibly thin to allow gases to diffuse in and out instantly. Inside that thin profile is the plant's solar hardware. Leaf cells contain tiny structures called chloroplasts, which are packed with a pigment called chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is what gives leaves their green color, and its exact job is to absorb solar energy. When light energy hits, it forces a collision, making the water and carbon dioxide react. This is the central equation of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water plus light energy produces oxygen and glucose. The first output is oxygen, or O2, which the plant vents back out through the stomata. The second output is the entire goal of the process, glucose, the essential food and energy source for the plant. Now that the food is made, it has to be distributed. The plant transports this newly manufactured glucose away from the leaf, delivering it to the rest of its body using a completely separate set of internal tubes called phloem vessels. This precise, continuous chemical transformation is the sole mechanism keeping the plant fueled, growing, and alive day after day. Because this process operates like a chemical engine, biologists can measure how fast it runs, a metric known as the rate of photosynthesis. And while this engine is powerful, it is highly sensitive to its environment around it. This line graph shows the rate of photosynthesis in real time. If there is a sudden shortage of carbon dioxide, water, or light energy, the line sharply plateaus, meaning the rate of photosynthesis immediately drops. Raw materials aren't the only concern. Extreme heat introduces a different kind of mechanical failure to the system. Here, the graph shows what happens as temperature increases. Photosynthesis relies on specific biological proteins called enzymes to facilitate the reaction. If the temperature gets too hot, these vital enzymes denature, meaning they physically break down and stop working entirely, causing the rate of photosynthesis to plummet rapidly toward zero. Finally, there is an internal limitation. If a leaf loses its chlorophyll, whether from disease or changing seasons, it loses its physical ability to absorb light, similarly crashing the rate of the reaction. Photosynthesis is a highly optimized, fragile chemical factory. It requires a perfect environmental balance to keep running,